Morning. So let's have some fun. There was some beautiful moments yesterday. Beautiful moments yesterday, beautiful moments today that turns into just our lives itself. How do you it's one of these things just like everything else. How do you fucking talk about it? The revelations. The revelations going on with us understanding. Let's take the anger. you know, Wait a minute, I don't have to hate anger. I don't have to run from anger. I don't have to be ashamed. What's going on is we're all using anger improperly, and at the same time, who the fuck knows the correct version? We all have to fucking discover it together, along with everything else. We could take let's take the joy figure. That's the one that we would want to pick on the most because that's the one that terrorizes everything. We learned the correct, and we're learning, and we will discover the correct use for joy, sadness. Well, what happens in these absolutely beautiful revelations? I should have brought up a picture of like Beauty and the Beast because we start falling in love with our ego, where at one time it was our enemy, still is. Most people, you're gonna be deep in them trees of good and evil for a fucking long fucking time. Don't let that ego fool you in every single fucking way. This is real stuff. When we do spot that, hey, the ego is like that spaceship with all of its defenses going off, and fuck, with all these red lights and danger, danger is my whole life, anger's flipped over into some fucking vile shit where we all believe that that's the only use. Sadness is only, positive and negative, and we start coming out of that and go, oh shit, let's take let's take the spaceship out of where all the defenses are going off and everything's being used improperly, all the red lights are going off, and hey, let's start fucking evaluating this shit. Let's start observing it. Let's start observing us. And what happens when we start learning that, hey, you know what? Even that fear has its proper use of going back to the wisecrack video of, hey, it keeps me from walking in the middle of the road and getting hit by a car. Hey, that disgust keeps me from eating the rotten food. Now we have a lot of discovery to make. We have a lot of falling in love with ourselves to do. Oh, how fucking beautiful. Then you can't help but fall in love with everybody else and just sharing in all of it. The only sad part is nobody wants to share in it. I mean, we've all built our lives of fucking lies where it becomes so fucking difficult to just reach the point of seeing all the stuff we're seeing the anger, and all of our shit is improperly used. Oh, we've built ourselves of it all. And before I start rambling on with it, have fun falling in love with you, Beauty and the Beast, taking that fucking beast, that motherfucker that thinks it knows it all and shit, and hey, let's take the spaceship out of fucking defenses, all the red lights going off, and put everything in its proper place. Now, here's another really fun thing with this is every single one of us will want to say, "Oh, fuck. We got to balance this shit." That's just a fun word with it. It's just a fun word of where we're going to understand balance for the first time, not just walking around talking about it, not just walking around fucking lying about it, which actually takes all the power out of the word, while it gives the word all the proper fucking power that it should have. So have some fun falling in love with you and everybody else.